what biopics that have been done on hip hop artists do you like? Which ones do you dislike? You know what I mean? Do you think that they've been done justice?
Yeah, I would say overall it's been 50-50. I'm gonna be honest. The one I think
Um,
is like the gold standard in my mind, because I probably haven't seen as many as other folks, but I would say NWA for me is a gold
I,
standard.
I
Um,
agree.
I think it was just properly done, and I think it helped that Dr. Dre, Ice Cube were actually on set. I think the other members, the living members of NWA, were also on set or had been
Yeah, I
in
think
it as
so.
well. So I think that helps. Sometimes I can like having those folks that are living could like sway too far left or right and could end up being a messy project or film. But I think it was for the better, man. I think this film overall had a great message. And to think that the director of Friday directed that seemed like two completely different directors. You know what I'm saying? Both classics, but two different
Yeah,
styles. But it made for a great film, bro. I would say as far as the biopics that I have not liked, I think it has to be Tupac. I do not like that. I think they did a real disservice to him. Was it as
yeah.
bad as people make it out to be? Probably. I don't know. Like I haven't seen it since it dropped that
So,
year, but like it was pretty bad, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
so I could not agree more. NWA's is the gold standard to me. I think that out of all the hip hop ones was done the best.
Yeah.
I actually think Biggie's was okay too.
I think Biggie's was okay. It wasn't
I think
bad.
Biggie's was decent. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
When I saw Biggie's, I wasn't like disappointed by it. I think the acting was
Exactly.
good in it. I think that I thought it was solid. I liked Biggie's. I would agree. Now, Benny Boom, who directed that All Eyes on Me, is our fraternity brother. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
and from
And
Philly. Hmm.
I didn't know he's from Philly. Learn
Went to
something new.
Temple too.
Red, oh
Yeah.
he's tied to us too much. Um, but I have to agree. I'm not gonna lie. All Eyes on Me let me down, and All Eyes on Me really let me down. Number one, the guy who played Tupac was that man looked as close to Tupac as you ever gonna find.
Honestly. Yeah.
That was it was almost spooky. Like he looked almost too much like Tupac. Like that was the
Yeah.
I think they cast that role perfect. It wasn't that. To me, it was two things. It was the Snoop Dogg was terrible. Okay. I'm sorry. That was the worst Snoop Dogg
It was bad.
I've ever seen. You know what I
It was
mean?
bad.
That was pretty bad. Like the Snoop was bad, and I feel like it was the voice was dubbed over or
It
something. The
was.
voice was off. You know what I
It
mean?
was. Yeah.
And that threw me off also. And then it also was, man, it felt rushed. You know
Yes.
what I mean? It felt like it just was just jumping all over the place. And I get it. Tupac, it's hard to cover. Actually, I'm not even gonna give that out because Tupac only lived to 25, but so much happened
Yes. It was
within that time
documented.
frame.
Yeah.
There's documented, there's like big stuff that it's hard to fit it all in there. So I know he had a big task with that, but yeah, they got to redo Tupac. There needs to be another Tupac biopic. They got to hit redo on that because I don't think that one doesn't do Tupac's legacy enough justice.
It doesn't, man. There was so many aspects that was missing or just didn't hit quite the same.
Yeah,
And honestly, because of the rush job, it felt like the production of it was they. I don't know, bro. It seemed like the money that was needed to tell this story wasn't really fully like utilized or put into a film of this magnitude about a global star, about a legend, man. That's
yeah.
how it felt. I would have, R.I.P. to John Singleton, who was originally, I believe, tasked with taking on this story of the film before Benny Boom. I would have liked to see his interpretation of it because he's a more seasoned filmmaker. Benny Boom, as you know,
Mhm.
started out doing music videos within hip hop.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see it. There was like controversy surrounding it as far as the direction of the story under John Singleton's direction, but like I would have rather have seen that. You know what I mean? I think it would have did a better
Yeah.
job, to be honest.
Yeah, I have to agree there. And I think that and I'm not gonna say too much because who knows, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who knows if one day I want to sell this idea for Tupac biopics. I'm not gonna say too much, but I know the direction that they could how they could frame it to do Tupac's legacy justice. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And I think that having more information about his parents and who he was raised by and that
yeah.
I feel like would have been a better way to frame it. But it was, yeah, that one they have another Tupac biopic needs to be done. You know what I mean?
Yes, and properly done. And for people that may be listening or watching this and saying, "Well, it already happened. You can't do it again," bro. There was literally
Yes.
two Steve Jobs biopics and that came out in like 5 years, bro. Like, yes,
Yes,
you can
you can
redo something if you
you
want
can
to.
100% do. There's already been a Michael Jackson biopic. You know what I mean? Then they're doing it again. They're doing it over. There is no rule that says you cannot redo a biopic.
Exactly. And guess what? Those people, those figures are so prominent in their industry and you know what I mean? That people will watch it. They'll watch it again. You know what I'm saying? When I
There-
saw
it-
Ashton Kutcher as Steve Jobs, I said, this ain't it. So I watched someone else outdo Steve Jobs. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it worked. It worked.
I want to say weren't there two Aretha Franklin biopics in like the same 2 years, like almost the
Oh,
same year.
there may
I
have
feel like it was.
been, bro.
I feel like they were almost back to back. I feel like there was one. There was one where Jennifer Hudson played, and there was another one where uh what's Shorty from Wicked?
Cynthia her?
Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah,
There's one with Cynthia Erivo playing her.
that's
I feel like they
that
came out.
doesn't
Hold
make
on, let me
any
see.
sense.
Aretha Franklin's came out in 2021.
Yeah.
Let me see when Cynthia Erivo's came out. Cynthia Erivo's. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not. Let me make sure I ain't lying. No, she did. It was if I'm not mistaken,
That'll be
yep,
crazy.
Aretha Franklin.
What is she
That
doing
was
playing
also
Aretha Franklin?
2021.
What is she doing playing Aretha Franklin, bro?
Oh, who cast that? I don't know, man.
That is insane, bro. Doesn't make any sense. That Jennifer
At
Hudson
all.
makes sense. That does not make sense. That's wild.
Yep, she did one for National Geographic. She was called Genius Aretha. Yep.
Hmm.
And same year. The
Same
two
year
Aretha
too.
Franklin biopics, same year.
Interesting. Interesting. I haven't seen either one, so I can't speak on it. But I'll
Me
just say
neither.
this: that is interesting, bro. That
Yeah,
is
I've never seen either, but yeah, Cynthia Erivo playing Aretha Franklin is crazy work.
crazy.
I know she can sing, but that just don't
Nah, it
that
don't
just
make
don't
sense.
that just don't aesthetically make sense.
Nothing.
But to be fair, Denzel Washington looks absolutely nothing like Malcolm X, and he
Looks
murdered that role.
nothing like him, bro, but did a phenomenal job, bro.
And I didn't even think he acted so well, and I didn't even think about it
I
while
didn't even think
watching
about it.
while watching that film. I thought nothing of the fact that he looks nothing like Malcolm X. Same thing with what's my man's Black Panther who passed away? Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Same thing with him he played James Brown. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
then turned around and played Thurgood Marshall, who was like 4 shades lighter than him. You know what I
So
mean?
that third good is the one where I'm like, where were y'all going with this? He played Jackie Robinson, makes sense, right? But
But he
third
killed
good,
the Thurgood Marshall. But he killed that role. A lot of people haven't
that
seen the
speaks to your
Thurgood
talent
Marshall
level.
role.
If you're talented enough, you can make it work. People always act like you have to like look identical to the person. Bro, there's enough makeup, CGI, you know what I mean?
Honestly,
To
it's far more about mannerisms.
100%. It is.
Like
It is.
the mannerisms are what it is. Like because if the mannerisms are right, and as long as y'all are somewhat similar in stature, I'd say like you can't be 300 pounds playing somebody who's really 120 pounds. That's not gonna make
Exactly.
sense. But like as long as y'all statures are similar and the mannerisms are there, I definitely think it's been done tastefully when the person looks nothing like. I don't think
100%.
I don't think Angela Bassett don't look nothing like Tina Turner either.
No. But she killed it because she's a transcendent talent, bro, and it just worked, bro.
It
She was
worked.
on her Proud Mary. Yeah, like she killed that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Shoot, Lawrence Fishburne looks nothing like Ike Taylor. Like
literally nothing like Ike Turner at all.
at all, bro. That
At
threw me
all.
all
But
the
you
way
couldn't tell me he wasn't Ike Turner after watching that.
off. I still don't like bro, just because of how good a job he did, bro. I'm like, nah, bro. He beat lemons, like nah. Yo, I'll give you one. So it's not rap, but it's reggae. The dude who played Bob Marley, like to that point, you don't even have to be from the same country or origin as this person. You know what I'm saying? To do a
That's a
decent job. He
fact.
actually did a decent job. Like I'm not
I
gonna
never
lie.
saw Bob Marley biopic. Was it good?
It's good, bro. It's really
Okay, I didn't check it
good.
out. I
And the
didn't check
dude
it
who
out.
did it is from the UK, bro. He killed it. And he also played Malcolm X in One Night in Miami
And he's from the UK.
from the UK. And he played Bob Marley and Malcolm X, bro.
There's
And
a
killed
deeper
both.
conversation there that I want to have, but I don't want to have it on this show.
And I think
So,
I know where you're going. Yeah.
but I digress. Yeah, I don't,
But
this is not the show for that. But there's another conversation there that needs to happen.
For sure. So what biopics would you want to see of like which artists or groups would you want to see?
So I want to see Tupac's redone.
Yep. Yep.
I want to see an Isley Brother documentary. That's my
Yes.
favorite singing group of all time. I want to see an Isley Brother documentary. The Isley Brothers have transcended so many generations, and Ron Isley has completely reinvented himself. And I just would love to see a biopic of the Isleys.
Yeah.
That's another one. As far as hip hop specifically, I would like to see a Nas documentary.
I would too.
I think Nas deserves a biopic at this point. I think I would like to see Nas. I know Nas is still kind of younger, and like even
Yeah.
looking at him, it's like he probably felt like he's too young to do it. But I feel like he's done so much that I think it could warrant a biopic for sure.
Yeah.
Those are the main one. You know what? I know we've gotten NWAs, but I wouldn't mind an Ice Cube biopic.
Okay.
I think Ice Cube's solo career and his time with NWA, but also his solo career, I feel like is interesting enough for a biopic as well. Yeah, those are the ones that stand out. Who would you want to see?
Man, it's tough. Shoot, there's so many people I think I want to learn more about though. It's tough. I think one that comes to mind, it would be a group. I think let me think group. So we had TLC, which actually I think is an underrated biopic or story. Whatever. I actually think it was
Mm.
underrated. But I would want us to redo Aaliyah's because whatever that joint was, a TV joint was,
Oh
we're gonna have to
man, let me
redo
tell
that one, bro.
you, that was awful. I'm not
That
gonna
was
lie. That's time I never get back. I can't like they tried to do a biopic of Aaliyah without Aaliyah's music. Like what are we doing here?
what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Why even like I would have canceled the project from that point? Like, what are we doing?
At that point, it was like this should go, bro. Like, there's no way. Yeah, Aaliyah. Now Aaliyah. I definitely think Aaliyah's needs to be redone for sure.
100%, 100%. And I know they're still like young too. I want to see Outkast. I want to see them.
Outcast would be a good one.
I want to see that, bro.
I want to see that because I seen them come up from the Dungeon family, and
Yeah,
I'm sure they had a bunch of arguments creatively along the way that would be
yeah,
interesting to hear. And yeah, that's a good one.
yeah, man. I want to see that.
We need an Outcast biopic for sure.
Yeah, man. I'm thinking Chicago. Who do I want to? I think Yay. I think we need one. I'm sorry. Hate to break the news. He's
I
too
think we just
young.
don't.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily think he's too young. I just think he got a lot more crashing out left in him. So I feel like we don't know where this is gonna go. So it's hard to do one of
yeah,
him unless you do a tie like just a period piece, like
yeah,
from like maybe childhood to like the college dropout or childhood to
yeah,
graduation. Like I feel like you gotta cut it off somewhere
yeah.
earlier
He has
to
so many
make it make sense.
phases, bro. Like he has so many phases. It's gonna be hard to narrow down for sure.
That's good. That'll be tricky. I definitely think something needs to be told about that. Jay-Z.
Yeah, I was about to say Hove is immediately next after I thought about that. Yeah, got
Yeah,
to.
just 1000%. Jay-Z to make it from where he's from
Yeah,
to this is like, yeah, no,
yeah,
well, Jay-Z 1000% needs a biopic.
100%. And I'll tell you one that's super dependent on a really good cast to play one of the characters. I think it's gonna be pivotal. I want to see a Public Enemy one, but whoever plays Flav
Yes.
gotta hit it on the head, bro. They gotta get
They got
funny right.
they got to get a comedian.
They might have to, bro. What if
I think you
DC
got to
Young
get it.
Fly plays Flavor Flav, bro? That'd be crazy, bro.
That's good casting right there. I ain't gonna lie. DC Young
Yo,
Fly's Flav might work. That could work.
insane.
You
Yeah,
got to get a comedian because they got to hit that nail on the head with I agree because you
yeah,
can mess that up.
yeah. You could. Chuck D, he's pretty straight. Like I feel like you can get him decently well, but Flav is gonna be he's the wild card, bro. That's gonna be the toughest one.
Yeah, Public Enemy would be a great one actually. Public Enemy would be another great one because you get a lot of the controversy with their music too.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, man, there's still a lot left on the table for biopics of hip hop artists who need that. I'm not gonna lie, I'd like to see a Missy Elliott biopic.
I would love that.
I feel like I don't know, and I think hers would be dope because I don't feel like I know much about Missy's like outside of music, which
Yeah,
I'm sure is intentional. I don't feel like I know that much about Missy's upbringing,
yeah,
her, we know she felt had different health scares,
yeah,
health issues. So I feel like I don't know a lot about Missy, which is always a cool biopic too, when you don't know their story at all. Like I
Yeah,
don't really know much about Missy, and I feel like a lot of people don't know a lot about Missy, but we know that she's just like creative genius. So I think hers could be dope too.
100%. And on that note too, Lauren Hill, I feel like is going to be an interesting one.
Lauren Hill has to have a biopic.
It has to happen, bro. It has to.
We need a Lauren Hill biopic because her life is interesting too.
Very interesting. Yeah, man. There's so many dope hip hop stories that haven't yet been told in this way, bro. And I'm excited for it to happen. I'm gonna
Yeah,
push for it to happen.
we gotta sell some scripts, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We got to that might be the next step because there's a lot left on the table as far as biopics that need to be made. Meanwhile, y'all keep remaking the same movie 3-4 times. Yeah, I mean Hollywood is getting lazy. You know what I mean? We need
Beyond lazy.
some new fresh stories, bro. We don't want to keep seeing remakes and revisions and y'all keep giving sequels to stuff people ain't even asked for.
That's
You know what
what
I'm
I'm
saying? So
saying, man. Yeah.
yeah, they're getting lazy, man. So Hollywood needs to tell some of these stories for sure.
Absolutely.
Rap and Reason podcast with Dr. Jeremy C. McCool and Earl Hopkins.